If you're somebody that wants to know what drugs are like, but you've never done them, go see The Bride. Yeah, guys. So we just watched The Bride. My wife and I, we just went. Also, it's her birthday, so happy birthday. Everybody's saying happy birthday. She's right there off camera. She's a little camera shy, so she didn't want to be a part of it, but I invited her. But yeah, so this movie kind of ass blasted me. I'm not gonna lie. It was one of those things where it was like it was just very ambitious. Like I could tell they were really trying to do a lot of different things at once. And I believe this is Maggie Gyllenhaal's directorial debut, and she really came out swinging, which is something that I really appreciated. It was very artsy, which to it with very artsy movies, they can have a tendency to kind of lose me pretty quickly. But with this one, it was kind of interesting because I wasn't lost. Like I wasn't like, oh, like we need to walk out, or anything like that. But I also wasn't like super entertained because it kind of just felt like a bunch of different like scenes kind of just like crammed into a movie, and every scene was just super out there, which was kind of like just very unique, I guess I would say. I was kind of sitting there and I was like, I literally turned to my wife and I was like, I feel like I'm on acid right now watching this movie. And I wasn't. So it was like, that's kind of interesting. It's one of those things where you don't see that every day when you go into the movie theater, like going in and feeling like you're on drugs or something like that. Because the scenes were just so different from anything else I've seen this year. So I kind of have to give props for that. And I didn't hate the movie. I kind of liked it. I going in was fully expecting to hate this movie because for those of you that don't know me, I'm not a very big fan of like movies that are made for critics, if that makes sense. I'm a huge fan of the original 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, and then when 28 Years Later came out, I was like super excited, and that movie was just a total shit the bed for me. Like that movie just really lost me because I felt like the entire thing was kind of just made for critics, and it didn't really have any fan service whatsoever. Because like with fan service, you can kind of go. I feel like a little bit of fan service is good, but when it's just like you need a little bit of it, but when it's just no fan service whatsoever, or when it's all fan service, either one is bad. You kind of have to have balance. This one going in, it looked like it was just going to be pure, just made for critics, like trying to be as artful as possible, trying to maybe go for an Oscar, something like that. And to be honest, it did have a little bit of that, but it didn't really annoy me for some reason. Like I expect it set the expectation with the preview of like this movie just really wants to be out there and really wants to try to achieve something new and be very bold with its cinematography and its acting and its characters. And it definitely brought all of that, but it was just so weird, for lack of a better term, that it kind of was just confusing. I feel like I can't say that it was great because of it. I can't say it was bad because of it. I just felt very disconnected for a lot of the movie. So I felt like it's just honestly totally indifferent. And there was later in the movie, it did kind of start to get into some social commentary that was incredibly relevant with the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing that's going on. I feel like that's kind of what they were hinting at and they were commenting on, and that I actually really appreciated just because of the relevance there. Without getting into spoilers, it was something about just powerful men getting away with abusing women and how there was no punishment whatsoever. And they kind of had a situation that was very reminiscent of what is currently happening with the Jeffrey Epstein stuff and powerful people, men specifically, getting away with crimes with regards to abuse of women. And so I really appreciated that aspect. That part kind of made the movie go up about like 10 aura points for me at that point, and I thought it was kind of cool. And my wife is just giving me the side eye right now. I'm trying to cheer her up because it's her birthday. But basically, yeah. So that part was I actually appreciated, and that's when I kind of decided I was like, I was kind of indifferent on this movie, but I feel like I'm leaning towards the it's actually a pretty decent movie now. So yeah, it wasn't bad. But yeah, going piece by piece, the acting I thought was overall pretty good. I didn't think it was Christian Bale's best role by any means. I have to say that. I thought it was a little corny at times and he felt a little bit overacted at times. The main lead, I probably should have learned her name. Babe, what was her name? The main actress in this? Because I thought she was pretty good, honestly, overall. Jessie Buckley. I thought she was pretty good in this role. I haven't seen her in anything else, so I'm not really familiar with her work, but she did a good job in this one. Christian Bale was, for me, so. I thought he's usually pretty good in movies. He's usually great in movies, actually. This one was decent, but wasn't his best role, I don't think, in my opinion. Other actors, honestly, other than those two, everybody else kind of just faded into the background for me. It was such a weird movie, guys. The more I think about it, I'm like having flashbacks of like what the bleep did I just watch, you know? And then the plot was very all over the place, I have to say. It's revolves around Frankenstein's monster. He's been around for 100 years or so, and he gets lonely, so they bring this woman back from the dead to be his bride, and then she, honestly, I can't even really say anything other than that. It was so weird. Like the plot was just so all over the place. The story was like losing me, then pulling me back in and doing all this weird stuff. So like I'm gonna give the plot a solid question mark. Like that's all I could say. I don't really know. A little confusing. Cinematography is definitely this movie's greatest strength. It was shot very beautifully. You can tell it has a really big budget. The costumes were great, the makeup, all that. So yeah, it was really good cinematography. Acting, cinematography, plot. Trying to think of what else to really say about it. Um, Practical effects were great. Props, all that were great. Yeah, I think the main thing for me is that it's just a very odd movie. Just really odd, and I think I don't know if they were going for that. Desha, do you think they were kind of going to for the weirdness?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I think they probably were trying to
Mhm.
be different. So I thought that was they accomplished it, you know. It's gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way. It's gonna make a lot of people like it, but yeah, it definitely did that.
I
She's
mean,
gonna
yeah.
chime in.
I think that they were trying to go for weirdness because, I mean, it's two people that are from the dead. Like, it's not normal, it's abnormal. And so they were trying to make it as chaotic and strange as possible, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, so there you go. If you're somebody like I would say if you're looking for something different, I would recommend this movie to you. And if you're looking for something where you're just trying to go and have a good time at the movies and you want like something entertaining, I don't know if I would recommend it. It was just a very strange movie. That's all I have to say. The pacing was just it was just weird. Like I kind of felt like just separate. I felt like I was like watching this movie in third person is the best way I can describe it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Overall, I think this movie did do what it set out to accomplish, and I didn't hate the movie. So because of that, I'm gonna give it a B overall. Daisha, do you have a grade? You think?
I think I'd also give it a B. Um, yeah. It's I feel like some of it was hard for me to follow, but I don't know. I liked the creativity of it. I liked the cinematography in it. Um, yeah, overall, I thought it was better than some other movies that we've seen recently.
A lot better than Psycho Killer, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. I still feel like it missed a few points, and like you said, I feel like it was definitely kind of for critics. With I feel like some of it was a little too out there, I guess. I
Mhm.
don't know. The first 5 minutes, I was like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Partway through, I was definitely intrigued by what they were doing with it.
Yeah. One thing that I just thought of, the part that still doesn't make a lot of sense to me is the who was that random spoiler, light spoilers here. So, who was that random woman that they kept cutting back to in black and white that was talking? That part I feel like they could have just gotten rid of, honestly.
I think that that was supposed to be the original Bride of Frankenstein,
Hmm.
and it was kind of showing that she's reincarnated. And like, because she even said at the beginning, like, this is like a sequel.
Hmm.
And I I'm not sure what they were going with it, but I think it was supposed to be like her soul reincarnated into the new bride, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, so there you go. The Bride. Check it out. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. I think we're up to 7 subscribers now, so that's pretty cool. That's better than the 5 that we had before. So yeah. Also, happy birthday, Daisha. Everybody, wish her a happy birthday. All right. Peace.